This is a Kenmore oven. Get the model number there. And I think it was given it, if I remember right, F10 error. But the other thing it was doing, you could reset the breaker and it would start working for a while. But then it got to where it was, the temperature was way off and it was getting way too hot. And so we're going to replace the temperature sensor on it. And it's right back there. So I'm hoping we can just undo those two screws, and the connector looks pretty small, so hopefully the hole in the wall of the oven is big enough for that connector to come through. And the wire is long enough. So let's see. I'd rather not have to pull this thing out. Alright, so unfortunately this wire is too short, so we're going to have to slide the oven out. And I do have the breaker turned off. So, and it was, I did look back and it was an F10 error message. So let's slide this thing out and we'll replace it. They could have just made this wire a little longer. That hole is big enough, but they did not want to make this easy, I guess. Alright, so we ended up having to take the oven out, and the way you get it out, it's got these two little spring clips, one on each side. They line up and they catch up against here. So what you need to do, you take this front cover off. It's got 3 screws on the bottom. If you let the door down, you'll see them up. I'll show you when I put them back in. And then you can get like a flat blade screwdriver in on each side to push this tab, and then you should be able to slide it out. Now, I could not, because somebody, when they installed this, they put a screw on each side, kind of going at a 45, catching the lip of the leg and locking it in. So I actually had to take the door off and take the bottom little trim panel off to see those screws, and I'll show you how you can get the door off if you need to. Once I slid it out, I had just enough cord to slide it out. I took this screw out. There's one just like it on the other side. I took a screw out here, again, one on the other side just like it, and then one right here in the middle. I was able to pull the cover up just a little bit enough to pull this out. Now, you could take this panel completely off, but there's really no need to do it if you can get in here. Of course, make sure you have the breaker off. Now that we have it out, we can see this wire, and we can see that if they would have just not looped it in here in this wrap of wire, we would have been able to pull it through. Now, if you wanted to shortcut this, what you could do, you can see, we may test this theory. These wires come up through here. If you take this panel off, you can see those wires come up and plug in right to this plug right here. So if we unplug this plug, let's see if we can get enough slack in that wire now where we can pull this through. Of course, I could do it easily. I'm just trying to show y'all if there was a shortcut. And it's not coming through. It pulled just a little bit more. We've still got slack in the wire. but it is not going. And I think the wire is just not, we're pulling on it and it's not making it past that curve, or this is getting stuck right here. Pull it just a little bit more. Let's see what it looks like when we're trying to pull on it. I can't see. Well, maybe I can see using the camera. Yeah. So you might get lucky and get it through here, but you twist it and so it looks like if you get lucky, you might could do it. That trim panel's got to come off anyway, up top, that panel. So you could try it like this, but we didn't get lucky, so we're just going to have to undo it. So you push on the clip. Done, and pull it out. Now they mention you could have a different clip, and these clips look the same. So I'm just going to push this one through the hole that the other one came out of. And we will plug it in. It's weird. It's got like a weird reflection on it. See? In the flash. Alright. We'll pull this slack back up. Should be good. Oh, and I did, there's 2 screws in the oven, of course I did those. So we'll just push this panel back over there. We need to put these screws back in. Four screws. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Where's my 5th screw? I gotta find my 5th screw. It must have dropped. Alright, so there's the temperature sensor. We need to push it in. And start the 2 screws. I'm doing this while the door is off. While I still have the door off. Just because it's easier. You may not have to take your door off if somebody didn't put screws in the feet like they did on this one. Alright, so let me tighten these up. And then I'll show you all the screws on the front panel. that I had to take off. I don't know if you can see. So in this gap right here is where you're going to want to stick your flathead screwdriver or something in there to push those clips. Just in this gap right here. You can see this little, that's part of the little clip part. That's, I think, one of the screws that hold it in. So just right in there. Alright, so this thing has got these two screws up top. They just slip in these slots. So if we lift it up, and then there's 1, 2, 3 screws that go in it. There are these little black screws right here. So let me put those in real quick. So front panel's on. And so this is what I was talking about. You can see she's got these feet right here. These screws somebody put like this, and I'm gonna go ahead and put them back in there. I guess just extra security to hold the thing in. Let's see, they just catch, and the light on this thing's going kind of crazy. And do the same thing on this side. Oh, sorry about that. Did not bring my tripod here. This is not my oven. I'm just fixing it for them. Alright, so now we just got to put this back on. And I had to take the door off to get to this thing. And it's just got 2 screws here in the corner. And now we need to put the door on. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the door on, then I'll show you all how to get it off. It's a glass door. I can't do it, there's no way I can do it one-handed. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on, and then I'll show you what you do to get it off. Alright, so the door's sitting back in. What you've got these little, I don't know what they call them, but they're kind of like door hold thing. They hold the hinges so that you can get it unhooked out of here. And so, of course, I just set this back on, so I gotta undo these. Once they're done, you just pick the door up and off, just like that. It comes off. So to get those on, and see now, the door is back like normal. It locks the hinge so that it pivots the bottom hinge up out of its little slot, is what it does. So lower the door down, then push down just a little more and flip this up and hook it. And now it's locked. And see, now that bottom hinge pivots up and you can lift it out of its socket. Put it back on and do it. Back to normal. So we're all done. I just need to go turn the breaker on and we should be good to go. Thanks for watching. Just to show y'all, this is the part, and this is that notice I was talking about, not having to possibly switch the connector. So we didn't have to. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe.